It's an eventful weekend. I'm going to meet up with Lage at Aarhus, which is an art museum, in an hour. And then I'm bringing all of my packing stuff because I'm going to be away for the weekend visiting Benjamin, who is having an art exhibit. So I'll take the train down there to meet him and have a sleepover, and then Thomas is joining me. We're meeting up with a friend of his family, and then we're meeting up with some mutual friends. Cheers. Also, I'm knitting this sweater and I'm debating whether to bring it or not. So if you've watched for a while, you might recognize this sweater from literally a year ago, last February. I was knitting the base of the sweater. But just now I got around to finishing the sleeve, the first sleeve. That's where I got stuck because I wanted to do some decreases to shape the sleeve a bit, and I couldn't really wrap my head around it. I don't work with patterns, so whenever I do something like a sleeve that I have to do identically on the other side, I have to write down everything I do, which can sometimes be a bit of a hassle when I just want to kind of experiment with what I'm even doing. So that's what kept me from finishing this for a long time. But yesterday I sat down and I got so far that I even crocheted the top part together, which was really fun. All of this was kickstarted by me finishing another sweater where I was stuck on the sleeves for Maya, who were visiting. I started knitting this like 2 days before the birthday of the person I was knitting it for. I knitted the front and the back panel, attached the shoulders by crochet, and then I picked up the stitches for the sleeves, knitted the sleeves, and then once I got to the elastic part down here, then I crocheted together the sides. So it's a similar construction to this one, except with this one I crocheted together the underside of the sleeve down here, and with this one I crocheted the shoulder and the top part of the sleeve, and this part is already connected by knitting in the round, if that makes sense. I feel like this always sounds more complicated than it is, having to explain something practically like that, but I'm really happy with this. I almost want to keep it because I really love the final cut of it, and it's pretty warm and comfortable, and the crochet details ended up looking really cool, if you can see that. And I also personalized it a bit with a small embroidery on one sleeve down here that you can barely see, so that's perfect. That was kind of the intention, that it was very subtle. It's like a navy blue wool fabric piece. Instead of putting a label inside of it, that's what I did. So finishing this made me want to finish the other one, and I think I'll bring it, but I just haven't decided yet. I feel like I always bring stuff for activities and books and embroidery stuff and filming stuff, and I rarely use it. But if I don't bring it, then I really miss having it. So it's like an umbrella, I guess. You bring it and you make sure you don't need it. That was my knitting update. I'm trying to see if I can style this bonnet in a way that doesn't make it look like I'm about to go to a costume party. for the 1800s. I can't tell if this works. I feel like the rest of my outfit should be cooler for me to pull this off. I just wanted to because I'm meeting up with Lagerbjørn and we found this bonnet together. They have a matching one. I can't find my good sunglasses. I like it. The sun is shining. I could wear my sunglasses. I will do it. I'll do it. It's all good, how are you? Should we just keep driving? Should we just keep... I wish I could stay here. I love when the sun's out in the kitchen. Wish I could.
getting caffeine.
I found a few really nice things. I bought these two bowls. They are striped and pretty tall and quite heavy duty. We also have plates that are striped similarly, so I thought it would match. I bought another tiny ceramic cup. It says St. George, 3rd of March 1943 to 3rd of March 1948. I'm not sure what that is. I'm trying to look it up. Maybe it's a ship, maybe it's something with the Scouts organization. There's a stamp on the bottom here, but it's kind of washed out. I also found these festive little glasses, 2 of them. They're a very cool purple tone with a little swivel in the stem for a fun little beverage. Like a ginger shot in these. Another store kind of incredibly had another one of these that we use for our oil diffuser set, and I thought it would be nice to have one more, maybe make a diffuser more because I really use it a lot. It would be fun to have in more room than one, or maybe just if something happens to the other one, we have this one. Then I found a cute little hand mirror. You can see yourself there. That's the camera. I also got a little basic piece, a wool undershirt, just in black. I bought a little baggie of these, wools specifically for mending. That it's fun to have like a selection of different colors for these. A pair of circular knitting needles for a sweater that I'm working on right now. This one's 60 centimeters, circular needle in size 5, and I didn't have that. I used double pointed needles for the sleeve. It was very impractical, so I found a cute little hand towel that I really love the colors of. I got this along with another fridge magnet. This one's a set of peanuts. The other one is a piece of ginger. Thought that was pretty cute. And speaking of cute, I got this tiny little brush. It's shaped like an elephant. I also bought this case for double pointed needles. I really love the color of it. I think it kind of looks like a little tiny little caterpillar. And actually I've been looking for something like this because this summer when I was sailing I had a bag full of knitting needles with a knitting project, and I actually sat down and I got a knitting needle stuck in my butt, and that was very, very uncomfortable. As comical as it sounds, in the moment it was really freaking me out. So we put all of the double pointed needles into a bottle to prevent that from happening again. So now I have an actual little case for them that I think is very cute because of the color. The store had some pretty good price points for small balls of yarn that I always love for different projects, so I got all of these. These are all kind of pretty unspun wools, and then this one is very, very, very soft. That's how you build up as big of a collection as I have. You just buy nice yarns in thrift stores wherever you find any. I also bought this pair of golden 80s kind of frames that I'm actually thinking of getting my own prescription glass put into at a store. I actually normally used to wear glasses like a year ago, and then I just kind of stopped because I don't have that strong of a prescription. But my last pair of glasses were a silver pair that I also found at a thrift store and got my own set of prescription strength into. And these are pretty cute, I think. They need to be freshened up a little bit, but they are a frame that I actually googled and found at pretty high price points because it's the brand called Alga, and it's 14 karat gold plated. But I mean, it is worn, like the gold part has worn off on the bridge of the nose here. But I do like how they look on my face. And for a long time I really wanted my next pair of glasses to be golden frames instead of the silver ones I had. So we'll see if I act on that anytime soon, but I do think it would be fun to have glasses again. These are very disorienting to wear. It's like the edges of my vision are kind of crumbling. I also bought these. They're indoor shoes. It's kind of like a duvet, but as shoes. They're not as warm as I thought they would be because the layer underneath the foot is very thin. So maybe I'm gonna add something for the sole of the foot to make it more isolated. And then most of the feathers are kind of gathered around the ankle, which looks a bit weird. Like they're kind of clunky looking. We'll see. If I don't like them, I'll sell them. And then I found 2 of these wire baskets that you can slide onto your furniture. I already have the other one down here. I'm figuring out where to put it and what to put inside of these baskets. This was something I'd kind of been on the hunt for, so when I found them I thought, let's bring them on my 3-4 hour trip home. And I did. Finally I found a nice wool blanket in brown colors. I'm a sucker for wool and I'm a sucker for brown. So I could not resist this. So I slept with this tonight, and on top of my duvet, it was really heavy. I slept so well this night. And now that I'm looking at this, I'm remembering that this is also something that I recently bought actually. A nice little sofa coffee table. It's a little bit impractical. We have many small table-like pieces of furniture in here. We just often bring coffee and tea and sometimes food in here while we're at the sofa. So I thought we kind of were missing a coffee table. So this one was really small and pretty cheap. It's an old IKEA thing. I think it's pretty fun to have pieces I bought with someone or at a specific location on a trip, because I always associate it with that moment when I use it afterwards. It's a different kind of souvenir. So now I just need to put everything into its new place. I always love doing this, like unpacking and making it actually a part of my home.